tuning in. We are the 5th grade team, and we're just going to go over a little bit about the 5th grade curriculum as well as all the information you need to know for the year. To start, this is a bit about what we're going to go over. Introductions, curriculum, grading, which is not any different from last year, but we'll review what standards-based grading is. Parent Square, if you've not already logged into Parent Square and signed up for that. Some helpful resources for what you can do at home. Our newsletter called the 5-Minute Snapshot, as well as some policies for toys, devices, and then snack and water bottles. So to start off, we have 5 homeroom teachers. I am Mrs. DeVay.
I'm Miss Shaw.
Miss Kathleen Midas.
Mrs. Jacobs.
Miss Stokes.
And right now, Parent Square is the best way to contact all of us, but if you are not signed up on Parent Square, our emails are right now the best way to contact if you're not signed up.
Okay, so we have support teachers that also work with our students. We have listed their emails as well. So Mrs. Rocio Greer, she is our ESOL teacher. We have Miss Tori Durkett, this is our EIP teacher. We have Miss Jessica Smith, that is our gifted and advanced content teacher. Miss Ellen Nixon, that's our special ed teacher. Miss Lee Davis, special education teacher as well. Amanda Barr, special education teacher. Jenny Rumley, she's not here, but she's our special education para. And then Victoria Doyle, she's not here, but Mrs. Doyle, that's our counselor.
Yes, she works with all of our students. She'll be seeing them during their library time, just about every month as well.
All right, so our schedule is as follows. After arrival, we transition to our long block, and the students stay in the same class mostly. Some have different schedules for long block and short block. We do that from 7:45 to 9:45, then we transition back to home base and go to specials for the day. Then we come back from specials, take a transition restroom break, and then we continue with long block, short block till 12:45. Then we transition back to our home base for lunch from 12:55 to 1:30, and then we all have recess at the end of the day, and then dismissal after recess.
And one important thing to note about specials is soon we will be starting our enrichment clusters, and so soon your student will probably be coming home talking about which enrichment cluster they will be in. So those will be only on Fridays. So our specials schedule will look a little bit different than what they look like right now. So just letting you know about that.
Okay, our curriculum for English Language Arts, we use HMH. And so they have a reading book in class. We keep composition books for reading, composition book for writing, and we also use the software IXL for English Language Arts skills. And also a new program this year is Lexia that most students will be getting on for at least 15 minutes a day for their language arts skills. Also for math, it uses HMH for math also, and they also have access to IXL for math skills, and they also have a book that they actually work in called a consumable book to where they do their work in, and math usually does have homework nightly.
Yes, their homework will typically come out of an HMH book that is black and white. So any pages that are black and white are typically homework pages. Any pages that are in color are either classwork or unfinished work that a student may not have completed in class. So if that is brought home, it is typically classwork that was not finished and told that they needed to complete it at home.
And
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that homework is usually just one sheet, so they'll get that on Monday, and then they'll have the entire week to complete it, and so they'll turn it in on Fridays. But it's usually just one sheet, front and back.
And IXL is a platform that they have access to science, they have access to reading as well as math, and so they can access it, as long as they can access their Launchpad and through their class link at home. This is a really good platform to also use at home if you are wishing for your child to do some extra work at home as well. I know we don't have Waggle this year, and a lot of our students used that at home last year, so IXL is another one that they can use at home to practice their own paths.
Standards-based grading, that is how students will be graded based on the standard. All right, so when students write home graded work, you will see an EX, a DM, a DB, an EM, or an ND. EX, that means that the student is performing above and beyond the expected fifth grade curriculum. DM means that the student is showing mastery of the fifth grade skill. They're performing on grade level. DB, the student is able to complete some of the skill independently, but is not consistent. EM, the student is at the beginning stages of the skill, and they are not able to complete the skill without teacher support. And then we have ND, which means the student is not able to complete the skill even with teacher support.
And so not only might you see this on graded papers, but a lot of us will also put like 9 out of 10 problems correct, and that might just mean that they've got 9 out of 10, but we just don't have enough information yet to assign them a DB or a DM. So just for your information to know that they've got 9 spelling words out of 10 spelling words correct, or they got 9 math problems out of 10 math problems correct. So this is what our trimester progress reports are going to look like. Still, we are at trimesters instead of quarters. You will get 1 progress report on Infinite Campus. We are not mailing them out, and we are not giving them printed to students. So it is definitely important that you are signed up in the parent portal. The only time you will see NDs is if a standard has not been taught yet. So if you see an ND, that is not a reason for concern. It is just because the standard has not been taught yet. So any of the NDs, it has not been taught yet. Any of the other letters, that means that the standard has been taught, the student has been working with the standard, and they've shown some sort of product with the standard. So campus is definitely important for receiving these progress reports.
Okay, so to keep track of your child's behavior, we use a behavior sheet. That behavior sheet goes home at the beginning of the month. It's the student's responsibility to keep track of it because every day the child's teacher will record a color for every subject. Green means that they're following expectations. Orange means that they're going above and, well, I wouldn't say above and beyond, but orange means that they are doing great work, and blue means that they're going above and beyond. We ask that you guys sign the behavior sheet every week because at the end of the month, we have a behavior party to reward positive behaviors. Now, I left off yellow and red. Yellow just means that they're struggling to meet expectations, and red means that they did not meet expectations. Usually, if they get on either one of those colors, we'll put a note or something at the back of the sheet, and that'll let you know exactly what happened to cause them to get a red or a yellow, but we're hoping that that doesn't happen. At the end of the month, like I said, we'll have a behavior party. They can participate if they have less than 9 strikes. So a red would be equivalent to 3 strikes, a yellow is 1 strike. So if they have less than 9 strikes, they can participate in the behavior party. And the behavior party, it varies. We'll have a dance party room, they can go outside for extra recess, they can have a tech day where they can work on their computers for that time period. What else? Movie.
Go see the chickens.
Yeah, go see the chickens. So it's a lot of different rooms that they can go to for the behavior party. And that's just a way that we encourage positive behaviors within the classroom.
As well as promoting responsibility. We, as 5th graders, they're starting their transition to getting ready for middle school. So we're trying to not only promote positive behavior, but weaning them a little bit away from some of the things that they're used to being told to do, and trying to get them more responsible so that it becomes more of a habit, instead of just waiting for a teacher to be telling them to do it.
Right, so conferences, we'll host parent-teacher conferences twice a year. There will be a date in November and a date in March. They will be primarily held with the home-based teacher, unless another specific teacher would like to meet with you. They will also join in on the conference. And they will be on a work day rather than spread out through an entire month. And again, you will meet with your child's home-based teacher unless requested.
Any support teachers that we have, they will also try to make it to the meetings. They, of course, support more than just 5th grade, so any meetings that we invite them to, they will, of course, try to make it, but because they are on the day in November and the day in March, their schedules are definitely very, very packed. So they will try to make it to as many meetings as possible, but they will be very, very busy that day.
And you will also have sign-ups through the Parent Square app.
All right, Parent Portal is the Infinite Campus that has been referred to, and if you need help getting access to the Infinite Campus, you can go to this email address, the iparent.help@berry.k12georgia.us, and they'll help you get your password and get access to Infinite Campus. That's where you can look at the grades, you can look at attendance, and other information like test scores and stuff will be posted on there too. All the questions.
All right, here's some helpful resources for you at home. IXL, which is, which is access to the computer, practice spelling words, and also practice multiplication bags.
This is a newsletter that gets sent home once a week with the ELA team, and it just kind of goes over the stories that we're going to be reading in class, our spelling patterns. It's a little bit different than just studying a list of spelling words. We really want the students to identify the different sounds that the letters are making within the word, the different patterns that they see, try to sort those into groups and have them really talk about what letters build the word, what letters they're hearing in those sounds. So it's not just having them write it 3 times each at night, but really talking about those words. How can you use it in a sentence? Is there a synonym for that word that you can think of? There's also the vocabulary words at the bottom. So that goes home if you want a hard copy. That goes home on the Parent Square every Monday. And then if you want a hard copy, just reach out to us on Parent Square, and the ELA team can get you a hard copy to stick on your fridge.
And so speaking of the newsletter, when you sign up for Parent Square, you should automatically be invited to the 5th grade families group. That is where we are going to be posting our 5-minute snapshot. The 5-minute snapshot is a short newsletter that is going to give you a 5-minute snapshot of what we are doing that week, as well as any upcoming dates, any upcoming tests, any content that we are doing that week and the next week, as well as any donations that any classes may need. Right now, we are in need of snacks for each classroom. We have a lot of students who are not coming with a snack, so if you are able and willing, we would definitely need some snacks, as well as tissues and some soft peppermints. We also will post a star student every single week. We like to put a little spotlight on a student who is working really, really hard and following all of the our bullpup expectations. And so we just put a little blurb and highlight them as our star student of the week. And so every week we will send this out on a Thursday or Friday on Parent Square, and it'll pop up just like this. Now, the picture may change depending on the season, but it'll at the top say 5-minute snapshot.
All right, guys, so toys and devices. So toys are a no-go at school. I know that in 5th grade, a lot of times our students try to sneak them in their book bags, or you just don't catch it in time because they are sneaky. But please try to encourage your child to leave all of their stuffies and their squishies and any other toy that can be a distraction at home. And even if they're going to after school somewhere else, we really encourage them to stay at home because we have things that get lost very easily or misplaced or something breaks. So we really try to encourage them to keep those things at home unless it is a special day, maybe a behavior party day or something where they can bring in something special, which that would be communicated from the teacher to you guys so that you guys know when those days are available. Another thing is phones, Apple Watches, smart glasses, tablets, and any other electronic devices. There is a state law now that says that cell phones should be turned off in book bags from bell to bell. So if we see your child has a phone out and it is turned on, we will request that admin gets the phone and then they will communicate with you guys. So we try to encourage them when they get to school to turn off their phones or any other device and put them in their book bags so that we don't lose them, break them. They're expensive. We do know that you want to be in touch with your babies, but at school there are other ways that we can make sure that they get in touch with you if needed. So our main concern is their safety, and so that is one way that we can keep them safe. Is that everything for you? Okay.
We have snack, the opportunity to have snack every day during the beginning of block 2. So students are encouraged to bring a snack. We want them to have healthy options. So we also, a lot of us have a working snack time, so take a bite and write, or we're going to be on our devices. So we really want to encourage parents not to send in anything sticky, anything that is spicy or changes the colors of your fingers, because we need to be eating while we work and really limiting the time that we take away from the instruction or the practice of skills for our students. So we definitely don't want anything other than clear liquids, because even as responsible as 5th graders can be, there are always the opportunity for spills, and water is a lot easier to clean up than a red Powerade. We would love it if every child has a water bottle at school. If you cannot provide one for your child, send a message to any of us and we can get you with Miss Doyle, and a few of us have extra water bottles that the students can use for this school year. And so we just appreciate your support, sending in as healthy options as you can and clear liquids.
And if you have any other questions to either your student's math reading teacher or homeroom teacher, you can reach out to any of us on Parent Square or our emails. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.